Okay.
Yep, I'm there.
All right. Well.
All right, we are back. That's yeah. Screw Comcast, I guess, from the hosts here that are streaming. Just had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. We are back here in game 2, ready to start off now. See that looks like they're sending all 5 members of
30 seconds until minions spawn.
the Golden Sal or the
Sentinels.
Sentinels are just looking to grab. Look at that 4-man Stranglethorns in a flash, beautiful flash from Vux, able to just completely
Get out of
crush
that.
their plan for the invade there.
Got that tight situation there. Well played by him, for sure.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, I think Vux like went to get vision in the tri-bush right there to make sure there was no invade, and just seen the entire team and probably shit his pan a little.
God. Yeah, I definitely had a little bit of a jump scare there.
This Casual Esports Amateur League Game 2 is partly sponsored and brought to you by Joe Killera's Red Meaty Sauce. Put it on any pasta and have a wonderful meal.
Oh God. Is that true? Is Joe sponsored, or is Joe sponsoring us?
I guess like because he's actually in the league and not in this division, it's not so much a conflict of interest, but there's a little bit of a gray area there, so we don't like to actually answer any of those kinds of questions on stream. You can talk to his attorney. His attorney can answer any of those questions. I'm sure get that all ironed out for you. But other than that,
Ironed out, yeah.
See that level 2 advantage is on the side for Gold Salamanders in the bot lane. It's like level 2 is answered back finally. Not too much happening here. Both level 2s are pretty big for the bot lane, but
Both
no one's
junglers
able
with a full clear of the blue side. Both of them, and the Jax goes straight to his red, and then I'm guessing we'll probably look for a gank mid or top, and Zach is putting his Raptors into red, and he's probably gonna do a full clear, I'm guessing.
Yisrael is getting pinged on now. Seems to be looking for a favorable trade, but lands the charm and flashes away. The counter strike goes off before the leap strike, so it's unable to actually get that.
Oh, is he gonna...
Yeah, he takes the ignite onto Merismatic there, but Trickster is able to keep him alive long enough, and yeah, he will fall. First blood goes to Sentinels. Good gank by Potato Fist.
Sariel got a little bit too overconfident there after Flash walking again into the Fizz.
Scattercat having a flash there. Getting peppered down by the Xerath early game.
Trylar really does just enjoy farming.
Now, Stro, how do you feel about Vagar bottom?
I think it's good. I think it's good with Nautilus. I think that's a good combination.
You see how he kind of just hops around?
Yes.
It reminds me of you.
Of me.
Yeah, you're kind of like Vagar. You're just like just because you're just kind of a little buddy.
Oh God. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah.
Scattercat just taking the peppering from that Xerath. Xerath definitely the Epic champion, just kind of utilizing the low cost abilities and free mana regen passive off of Xerath to just continue to poke away. It's like quite a big wave here for the bot lane on Sentinels. Flash into the wall there by Davranga. Not quite working out. Ignite onto Dako Trilar. His passive is proc. Scrambles does get snared, but he's able to walk it out. Scattercat rotating down with Potato Fists, so looking to potentially turn back around here.
Yeah, I feel like they could have like waited a little longer instead of just run. I mean, they definitely had to like back off, but I feel like they didn't have to back off so hard.
Yestro getting chunked here. No charm for him. Trying to kite away. Q does land in an auto with Mirismatic now. 2-0 in the bot lane.
Top lane.
And top lane. I'm sorry. I'm actually dumb. Sentinel's just taking this free first dragon here. No one really contest. Scramble's getting pretty low there.
It looks like the ADR is not working out too well right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not horrible, but I mean, if you get it, if you're behind like that, you died, gave first blood to Fizz. I mean, now you're just playing into a fed Fizz.
Yep, and that's not fun for anyone.
No, you're not a tank, so you're kind of screwed.
Oh yeah. Yes, Fizz is insanely snowballing.
She's gonna want to get a GA if she's gonna stay AD.
Yeah.
It's real. Yes. Yeah, Vagar stacks off of Zyra plants, so he stacks off of I think any units that he can kill like that. Like you can, I think Malzahar minions and like
they're
Yorick ghosts, stuff like that. Like yeah, those all those stack Vagar. Because they like basically if like Nasus can stack them too. Same with well, it stacks minions.
Wards.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, wards are the same. Like, I guess, like, you know, like Thresh can get souls. I believe, like, get little lantern souls out of like plants and ghouls and stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, Nasus can stack off of wards. Spygar can't.
No, you can, yeah, can't Q a ward. Yes. Just kind of a yes. Just okay. Alt coming out on Mirismatic. Israel having to burn his flash to reposition for the trade there. Looks like the F champion landing the stun. Potato Fist trying to engage there for a gank, but is able to back up. Does have to use barrier. Gets a little scared that he might have gotten all in, but was able to get back in time. Level 6 is coming into play in the bot lane now. Davranga hitting level 6 and having that slight advantage right now in the lane.
Alright, well, looks like the Fizz top is rushing Proto Belt, I would assume, with him going the Revolver. I personally prefer rushing Sheen on Fizz over anything, because it's just so good on the champion.
Gives you mana, cooldown reduction, and just extra bonus damage.
Yeah.
Fizz having a W ability, that's just an empowered auto, really. Allows you to utilize Sheen. Also sets you up for that Lichbane build. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. The
AD with press the attack.
AD Ahri and AD LeBlanc are two mages that are just really weird picks that can go AD, but like there's certain little like niche pocket metas where you'll see like I think last time like LeBlanc was AD strong, like was like you run it top and like it was like right when they buffed Stormrazor and they had just like buffed LeBlanc or something, and like there's some weird setup where you can see an AD LeBlanc or an AD Ahri.
Zyra just kind of flashed forward there in the bot lane and
yeah, trying to get a catch, but yeah, definitely did not work out.
Alright, Fizz got the blue buff for top lane. He's definitely going to try and look to extend his lead very hard now.
Level 6 for all in the bot lane now.
Yes, it does. Oh my god. Wow, that could have been very risky. That rocket jump forward.
We're risking it for the biscuit.
Indeed.
Riftworld coming into the mid lane.
For the Christmas, he's risking it for the Christmas cookie.
Bunch of plates going down in the mid lane. Cage down, but
Just walk through it.
able to
Laugh.
walk through it with the spell shield, but Vagar will flash away. It's like Potato Fist will start the second dragon up now. Daco Trialer on the other side of that wall. No vision. A little late on the slingshot. Getting focused down by the entire ranks of the Sentinels. Passive proc. Zhonya's coming out by Scramble.
Yeah, that was
That was a clean dragon play for Sentinels.
Yeah, that was a
Very
little
well.
questionable by Trilar. He went in there blind with no flash in his escape, so he really had no idea what HP the dragon was at, and he didn't have flash to get out of the pit if he didn't get it as a backup. So.
Seeing a lot less of the roaming and skirmishing after 6 so far in this game. It's a little bit more lax.
Yeah, there was a lot more fighting in the first game. Both teams definitely just wanted to kind of just go at it. This game, they're a little more reserved.
I mean, it's totally fine by the Sentinels to be quite reserved right now. I mean, they do have the Vagar. They Tristana and Jax scale quite well. Fizz for an assassin, he's AP, so he also just kind of scales for a long time too.
Yeah,
His ultimate will always be good in a fight.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about Fizz, is having that big AoE chum the waters, is that, you know, by the time you get into a late enough game with Fizz, if you're not, you know, super fed, Flash coming out of the mid lane, he will put chum the waters on him. Zach there to answer back with Let's Bounce, trying to peel for the Epic Champion. Epic Champion is able to just get just out of that Counter-Strike range, lands a Q, and Scrambles is here to answer the call, lands Depth Charge onto the Epic Champion. Epic Champion super low with Ignite on him. And there it is, Dredgeline landing onto Zach from Scrambles, and Marismatic able to come out of that Trickster there to pick up the Epic Champion. Beautiful collapse by the support of in the jungler for Sentinels there. But as I was saying before, by the time Fizz like gets to a point in the game where like he's not one-shotting anymore, like he's still hitting that giant AoE like knock up and slow in a team fight. So I don't feel like he's ever really not.
I agree. I feel like Fizz is almost fine. Cause like he still will one-shot like the squishy late game anyways.
Right, and even if he can't necessarily just blow somebody up, he's still just got the Trickster, got the W, got the all. He's just kind of jumping around being annoying in a fight anyways. He'll always be there to pass you. Cleanse coming out from Zyra, trying to get out of the cage there. Epic Champion looks like he's just got really good aim with Xerath here. He's used to hit most of these Qs onto Scattercat.
It's definitely what you're looking for when you play Xerath, the ability to land your skill shot. Unlike our mid laner who plays Xerath sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind of
Unfortunately, we
whiffs
I
the
think
whiffs all his ability.
entire kid. Slingshot double knock up there. Potato Fist super low. Will fall to the Xerath there. And Arismatic trying to get out of there. Got a point blank ult and ignite onto him from Yisrael. Pick him up in the bot lane. Big shutdown there onto the Fizz. That shutdown gold's definitely gonna allow Gold Salamanders to stay in this game at a pretty even level.
Alright, well. Let's see if the AD can now do something with these the goal that she just got from that kill.
She does have a Hex Drinker. I mean, I really think she should get a Merc Treads here. I think the entire team should get a Merc Treads of Gold Salamanders, in my opinion.
They appear to have 3 Sorcerer Shoot built already from their mid and
just
bot
gonna
lane.
try to out damage the enemy team. Just thinking of the Nautilus CC, Counter Strike, things like that, Event Horizon.
They have a
Seems
lot of
like you'd want to
CC.
have some tenacity for all that CC, because getting caught by the CC from the Sentinels will likely end up having you get blown up. Death Charge going down on the Hussey, but having the Black Shield up, Dredgeline will land, but she is snared and knocked up, and you've seen what just happened there. I mean, I'm not sure that the Epic Champion's paying attention. Potato Fist able to jump onto him there. If barrier does come out, an ultimate Grandmaster Might coming out from Potato Fist just to make sure he doesn't get melted down at all there. Yeah, not sure if they're wanting to dive there. Hussey able to flash forward with the ultimate. Has Black Shield on, but they are able to get out there. Ignite going on to Scattercat now. Scattercat roaming down at a beautiful time here. Hussey doesn't have any thumbs here to really deal with it, but look at that. Buck's just landing the Stranglethorns just in time. Dako Triler slaying Potato Fist here and taking that dragon as well. Things kind of falling apart for the Sentinels, having a nice, cool, calm, collected lead there. Just in like a minute, the entire game can change like that. Yeah. Unfortunately, just Scramble's getting caught out there and getting womboed under the turret and dying there. Just really started that series of unfortunate events.
Indeed.
Picture coming out. Q through the Ahri there, able to dodge the snare. Come the Water's coming up, but Ahri actually chunking him down pretty good. Able to bork him as well. Ahri able to go in a little bit harder now against Fizz, having a little bit more cooldown reduction, double Dorans and bork for the sustain, plus having that Hex Drinker. Does land the charm this time. Trickster does come out to miss the Q, but I believe the autos might be enough. He depth charge though, and ignite coming from Scrambles. He's got the potion popping. He will live here. Ahri just getting out of range of the Xerath ultimate. He's trying to cut away here, and Scramble's not willing to bite on the chase. So Fizz just ends up just barely dying there, unable to escape the trade there. Xerath able to pick the Fizz up. This game's looking a lot more even now. I was gonna say, it looks like Sentinels were about to start just walking away with the win, but
yeah, it's definitely a lot more even after misplays from the Sentinels.
Scattercat just getting trunked here. He's got to trade flash or flash, setting out for a perfect gank from Dako Trilar there.
Looks like the Sentinels are trying to respond with the Rift Herald take. And try and get another tower, because they already got the first one in the mid lane. Looks like the Zyra built the Void Staff first item, even though the Sentinels MR built as of this moment, except for the Merc Treads on Fizz top.
Well, the Rift Roll will come into the top.
Well, I guess it does have an MR too, but.
So I have the tower standing there in the Top lane, there's a lot of members up from each side. 3 members each on the top side there. Well, the Epic Champion able to poke down Scrambles really hard. Ystriel trying to move forward to start something. Depth charge will land on Ystriel. Potato Fist getting incredibly low. Daco Trialer coming at the perfect time. TP coming in from Devranga. Big cage coming down to Trialer. Does have his passive. I hear Fizz. Fizz is coming. Daco Trialer's passive it goes out. Is able to get revived. Flashes away. Devranga super low. Just gets burned away there. Ystriel looking to try to catch Scrambles as well.
When you said Fizz, it just reminded me of when I just started laughing.
I just heard Fizz. I was like, I hear Fizz.
Yeah.
I didn't see him on the screen though, so I was like, I don't know where he is yet.
Fizz, and then just instantly, I'm just like, Fizzly Whizzler.
The Fizzly Whizzler's here.
Ugh.
Turrets just falling on both ends of the map here for Gold Salamanders. Just
yeah,
really
seem to be now in control of this game.
The Dragon's coming up soon, and
Daco Trialer playing that fight really well, stopping jump, negating her from getting onto the top of the Ahri.
It's a peel like that really just sways the team fight directly into your favor. Just like a pivotal rocket jump, or getting Ezreal after an arcade shift or something. Just really blows the potential for the enemy team to turn back around.
For sure, for sure. Alright, so it looks like they're gonna get the mid-tier 1 here.
Chum the waters on the Bucks, does cleanse it, but it's just still blown up by Scrambles there. Ystriel able to ult away. Now Sentinels taking back priority in the mid lane, trying to keep the river entrance contested and closed, keeping Old Salamanders in the backside of Dragon Pit. Scrambles walking up. Don't know if that's the right move here. Dark Binding will land on him. It completely gets destroyed. The Leap Strike going on to Ystriel there. Just bounce. Zac is isolated with Scattercat now. Daco Trialer getting peppered down with Ignite on him. Is able to slingshot away, but the Epic Champion looking to chunk down the Zac or the Jax here. Zac will fall from the Death Push cheese, and looks like all the members of Sentinels looking to possibly turn again here. This Primordial Burst comes out on the cage combo and just completely obliterates Vux. Scattercat jumping in. The champion uses his Zanyas to try to stay alive a little longer, but Fizz is there to pick it up. Devranga at the other end of the over the wall with a beautiful
oh my
WP
god
combo.
That was gross. This is a very good Vigar player. That's all I gotta say after that. After watching that, all I gotta pretty good at Vigar.
Devranga's just getting it done on the Vigar there. I mean, let's take a gander at Devranga here. He's got 134 stacks of Phenomenal Evil already for his passive. So. Ystriel landing the charm on his Scrambles might bite off more than she could chew here. We got 3 members of the Sentinels, but Zac's here to follow up. Is able to ult away with Ignite on him. Merismatic incredibly low. Another charm land, and Auto's going off on a Scramble. Scramble's not able to tank it, and Zac there to peel off the rest of the team. Potato Fist coming in to try to pick up that Ahri, but he's able to kite away. But here's Scattercat getting charmed and flashing directly into Ystriel. Ystriel almost cutting it out, but Scattercat able to pick up the kill. Daco Trialer will fall also. It's Potato Fist. Devranga there to back up the fight.
She got the jukes. Ooh.
Yeah, the Epic Champion trying to pick up Devranga there, but just got the moves.
And it is back to a pretty much even goal.
Yeah, this game is super back and forth. I mean, 1 minute it looks like the Sentinels are walking away with it, the next minute it looks like the game is just totally
now
lost.
it is definitely starting to look like the first game here, where it's kind of back and forth constantly in the mid game.
Well, there's no crazy fights going on right now. I'd just like to go over some of the stats. On paper, it looks like just across the board. I mean, their stats are incredibly even. There's not a lot of things that specifically stand out besides the support difference. Hussey looking like has a bit of a higher average vision score and kill participation, but I mean, other than that, nothing too big of a difference in like CS per minute and things like that. Kill participation, vision scores, they're all relevantly quite close. So
These two teams definitely look pretty evenly matched.
I believe the deciding factor is in the draft and team comps and how they match up. The general performance of the lineup players on each team is pretty exceptional. You know, the general rank is, you know, just mid gold. So we're seeing play of players that are slightly above average. So it's not uncommon to see good coordination and good teamwork, good setups, good team comps. It looks like both teams are showing that this isn't their first run around the block.
First rodeo.
Yeah, this is not their first run. Dredgeline looking there for the Epic champion, but unable to land.
Dang, that was close. So it looks like Sentinels are probably gonna try and wait out for this next dragon to try and get the soul. Or who knows, maybe one team will try and set up a Baron here. I feel like both
Honestly,
teams
Sentinels would probably be better off going for the Baron right now and taking that Baron pressure into the side lanes and getting those side lanes opened up.
yes.
Giving away one of these ocean dragons isn't necessarily super big for. They're not going to really be giving away much. Ocean dragons it's been nerfed and it's just not as good. And especially for their team, they need more of an infernal dragon setup or a cloud dragon setup.
I think
That Zyra ultimate just bopping both of them there, just bounced, knocking them around. Also, beautiful coordination and engage by both Salamanders here. Two members split on the sides of the Sentinels, allowing for gold Salamanders to just continue spearing up the middle of the map here. Vision from both waves are showing the resets on both members of Potato Fist and Merismatic. They know they have time to take this inhibitor. They can even take the inhibitor here, uncontested almost. Well, they will. I'm not sure if they weren't expecting to lose the fight mid there, Stro, or...
Yeah, the Sentinels definitely had a very wrong idea there in the macro play, with them both split pushing and getting them one tower in each lane was very good, and then they should have backed right away to go mid. And
but instead
they both started recalling, I'm pretty sure, and then they both canceled to push out another wave, and then they're just like, oh, we actually do need to back here, or else we'll lose our inhib, and they backed too late, and they lost their inhib anyways. So it was definitely a blunder on their part.
Scattercat walking right into a W stun from Xerath, but Deko Trialer just getting sauced and tossed by the entire team, getting incredibly ill. Yisrael getting the chum the waters, and Ignite just barely hanging on to life there with the lifesteal. Ignite back onto the Fizz, passive onto Deko Trialer, almost revives there, but is unable to. Black Shield onto the Xerath now. Epic champion trying to pepper them low enough. Hussey still full health. This dragon is very much contestable.
And the mid wave is crashing onto the Nexus towers.
Yeah, realistically, can make this fight last as long as possible. Scattercat jumping over the backside of the wall. Counter-Strike coming out. Zanya's burnt by the Epic champion.
The Sentinels is now going for the dragon. I think they can take this. Yes.
They have Cloud Soul now.
Is Devrenga gonna pick up a kill?
Ooh, Devrenga just barely misses both those shots. Their scrambles will fall. Sentinels do have their members up now.
Yeah, Sentinels got the Ocean Soul there. I think that's pretty decent for their team.
Yeah,
Not
I
as
wouldn't
good.
say it's bad. Having Trickster and Grandmaster's Might and having the ability to leaps,
I mean,
rocket
it's
jump and
definitely.
reset.
I feel like it's definitely good for like Jax and Tristana, and it's not the best. I think Mountain would have been a little bit better, maybe. But
I agree. I'll always say having like Cloud Dragon's never bad on almost any team comp. Because I mean, if you could just ult more, it's just more opportunities to fight in your favor. And same with like Infernal. I mean, this is more damage. You never really turn up more damage or turn down more damage, you know.
for sure.
And same with like, I mean, Mountain Dragon. I feel like it's the same thing. It's like you just can't really pass up just free shields and free damage mitigation.
Oh, it looks like Sentinels is going back to the 1-3-1. I think it looks like they're setting up for Vision in the top river for Baron.
You know, we'll get caught up by a slingshot there and just completely annihilated. Devranga just getting just completely destroyed. But beautiful shots by the Epic Champion and Ystriel, able to chase down Scattercat there. And this 1-3-1 is actually just nailing the coffin for
They can
Sentinels
end.
here.
They can try to end, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
every time they 1-3-1, they just get caught with their pants down and lose a member. And
The Fizz is still not backing.
Fizz isn't backing. Charismatic.
He's TPing now to the bottom inhib tower.
Chum the Waters adding Knight onto Ystriel. Ystriel just instantly destroyed from that. Dako Trilar flashing away, but will go down. Dark Binding and Stun landing onto Potato Fist.
Yeah. I think now looking back on it in hindsight, probably should have tried to do Baron there instead, but.
Yeah, I don't think the 1-3-1 split is the answer, just because of how strong the team fight is on Gold Salamanders. When they're together, I think they're fine, because Grandmaster's Might plus all the CC from scrambles and the zoning off of the cage from Veigar will allow Scattercat and Charismatic to have better target access and protection. But when they're missing like Fizz, when they're missing that pick potential and they're missing that target access in a team fight, it allows Zyra and it allows Morgana and the Epic Champion to just kind of pepper away without any real consequence, knowing that there's no Fizz there that they have to worry about. There's no Jax there that can jump onto them.
Yeah, you can kind of just walk up and know they're pretty safe.
Right? It just inhibits that team to get the pick for Gold Salamanders. And
I feel like they're setting up the Death Bush, one of my favorite tactics in the game.
So, this is the bush of death here.
Oh god, what will happen?
They're just right on vision for.
Oh boy.
The momentum's killing me. Chum the Waters onto Vux. Full vision, and Charismatic's just gonna one-shot Vux there.
Yes.
This is a perfect time to do the Baron for Sentinels. They have a numbers advantage here.
Yeah, I think they could do it with the Jax and Tristana and Veigar. They definitely take it pretty fast.
Well, Jax having the level advantage, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't try to flex that. Ystriel coming up now, back alive off of that death. Devranga just incredibly low from the Zerathal is going to have to reset. Now this Fizz is still in the bot lane split pushing, while Jax is getting macro pressure back, reset kind of to a contestive spot in the top lane, and this allows Sentinels to group together for a fight, and Depth Charge will go on to the Epic Champion. He has Black Shield, and Dako Trilar using less bounce with just barely any health at all. Ystriel kind of overextended on the backside of the fight, does land a charm, and burn her ultimate there. Looks like Gold Salamanders are able to disengage the fight. Is able to reset there too. Yeah, just like what I was about to say, I'm like, it's like they're almost reset and able to just completely collapse on them for staying possibly a little too far up.
Yep. All right, well, they got the mid inhib yet again, and then the tier 2 bot tower. So, I think that's a fine trade for the Sentinels, because they have very good wave clear and can clear super minions mid pretty quickly. And the Elder Dragon will be up soon. The
They are starting
Vigar,
to stack up pretty high now.
and the Vigar has a lot of AP. He has 778 AP, so he'll definitely be hurting a lot. I know, probably one-shotting any squishy that gets stunned in his E.
I think it's about to be the
Yeah.
the
Both
biggest
teams,
dragon fight ever.
yeah, both teams surrounding around the Elder Dragon now. Neither one of them starting. Both of them kind of just sitting in bushes, waiting
Dude,
to.
Elder Dragon kind of looks like a Chad.
Yeah, I agree. He is definitely the chattest dragon of them all. I think that just goes with the
Echo
name.
Trialer just bodying the entire team. Scattercat on the back line though there. Just able to pepper away at the ranks of old Salamanders. Marismatic able to work on the Epic Champion there. Zach able to get that reset. Potato Fist able to pepper him down. Marismatic still there. Yestriel flashing it into the Vanguard, trying to get out of his cage, but we'll just get peppered down there. It's just Hussey remaining now.
And
Marismatic faces down. He's able to trickster over the Dark Binding.
oh, Hussey
Tormented Soil down. Hussey just super low, and there it is. Marismatic able to pick him up and they'll bring him Potato Fist able to easily pepper down this Elder Dragon. This is almost always just a game decider, having Soul and the Elder Dragon buff.
Yeah, Elder is definitely quite a broken buff for sure. Just executes people at 20% HP.
So basically, 20% of HP is just not there anymore.
Yeah.
You're
Definitely
basically
a
running
balanced
around.
buff, if I gotta be honest.
Like right now, Vagar's HP right now, he's at like 90% HP. Realistically, he's at like 70.
Yep.
If he's like fighting an enemy champion. So
That's
it's pretty
perfect.
rough.
That's yeah, that is definitely rough.
That's one way to close. That's one way to end a game. It's one way Riot's figured out how to keep games from going too long.
Yeah, they definitely have definitely buffed the dragons, and they're so strong now. You get a lot of them.
Looks like Gold Salamanders will set up for the dragon, and it's a perfect scenario to do this. Or the yeah.
So Sentinels got the Baron.
Sentinel's able to just grab the Baron there. Golden Salamanders trying to fight back. Let's Bounce going out of the team, but he just gets completely shredded by the enemy team. Not tanky enough. Marismatic landing his Chum the Waters, but beautiful Zanya is able to negate a bunch of damage there, but unfortunately not enough. No members there to actually answer back. What is this? Yestriel on the back line there. Doesn't have vision, so is unable to Q to him and just instantly gets popped by the Elder Dragon buff there. This is an ace now. I mean, what is...
They should go to...
yeah, what are the Sentinels gonna do right now? I mean, they have Elder Dragon, or they have Baron right now. They might as well just push.
I feel like they should have gone top right away, but... Oh yeah, Vigar's TPing. So it looks like they are going top.
Still no members on the map for Gold Salamanders. Just sieging from each side of each lane here. Charismatic able to get a turret, and Scattercat able to siege a turret of his own with the help of Potato Fist. Potato Fist fighting now. Daco Trialer getting really low, having a flash. Leaf Strike coming in, and an auto will finish off Daco Trialer. It is a 4v5 now with Baron.
Jax is definitely quite strong with it. He has a Triforce Death Dance, Spear Visage, Blood Razor, and Conquer.
He's just gonna shred.
Yeah, and just shred people.
This is it. This is possibly the last hurrah. What will the Golden Salamanders do? Are they trying to end this final siege? But everything's just going down. Israel trying to all through everybody, but it's not enough. Just like that, the amount of siege pressure they had just instantly like ends the game before they can fight them off. And there it is, the Sentinels able
That
to
has, yeah,
take game 2.
yeah, it has to be quite a sad loss for the Salamanders, and I think now they won't be in the playoffs, right? Because they're not tied. Oh, they are. Oh, they're in
Yeah,
fourth place. Okay,
yeah,
so
this
they're not
will
tied
set
for
them at
second.
4th.
Yeah, so now they're no
Yeah.
longer tied for second, but they're fourth place. So at least they're still in the playoffs.
The Sentinels getting a win pushes them to 5-3. So
Now
that
they're
means they are
second.
in second place. Pretty good games, must say.
Yes.
Most excellent. It's really cool to see Gold Salamanders play these team comps that you wouldn't necessarily see all the time, and
Yeah, definitely unique.
we've definitely seen just 2 different sides of Sentinels as well. We've seen kind of a weaker draft and a shaky first game, but looks like they managed to find a way to make those adjustments and get the win in the second game there. I mean, would you
Yeah, it
just look
was.
at that Zareth damage?
Yeah, Xerath definitely did so much damage that game. But I, I feel like, yeah, Sentinels just overall did more. And
Yeah, I feel like the Sentinels collapsed really well, and
right, and looks like we'll be going to the post game interview now with Scattercat. Hello.
Hello.
hey, how's it going?
Good. Better now that we won a game. Better.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys like completely dominate in that first game. We seen in the draft that the Sentinels just drafted for a very I'm sorry I'm sorry, Scattercat.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
The Golden Salamanders in the first games drafted just a really really powerful team fighting comp with still late game outs, whereas you guys drafted in the first game for a little more of a late game out and trying to pick people, it looks like, and didn't work out. But in the second game, you guys completely turned around and had just a beautiful team comp, really, and it showed. Seeing the Fizz top and things like that, you don't see all the time, but you guys managed to make it work, and I like that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate
And
that.
it's really cool to be in a post-game interview with one of the best casters in the Casual Esports Amateur League.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem. I run the stream. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and yeah, big thanks to you too, Ammo, of course. But yeah, was there any big moments for you guys in the second game? Was there any big high moments where you guys were super hyped? Because there was a few moments where it looks like you guys were just really taking it to town in those dragon fights and in those Baron fights.
Yeah. Well, basically, we were pretty hyped going into tonight. I mean, there's a lot of hype music being played, a lot of screaming, a lot of like excitement going on. Game one was a little bit of a sobering experience where we realized like, all right, we got to take it a little bit more seriously. The Senna Soraka is it's a good idea on paper, but we were relying way too much on Olaf carrying us through all the healing he would receive. So changing gears into the second game, we picked a lot of champs that we figured could stop them from coming in on us in team fights. And I think it worked out. Like we saw it in every single dragon fight, you know, the Vagar cage combined with Jax stunning people, combined with Nautilus's ultimate, Tristana being able to use her ultimate to move people away from the fight, Fizz going in there, diving in with his ultimate and everything else he's got. every single dragon fight, that was our goal, is to just like break up whatever they wanted to do. Baron fight, we were very fortunate to have a good timing on that, where as soon as they showed anybody bot, we knew we could take Baron, so we went for that. So basically every single key fight was every dragon fight and the Baron fight, and then after Baron, we were just able to push directly from Baron and win the game. Nobody backed, so like,
Yeah, we seen that 1-3-1. They kept running 1-3-1, and it kept kind of biting them in the butt.
Yeah.
Every time they 1-3-1, you'd catch somebody mid, and then they would lose all macro pressure. Like you speared the mid lane there. When you had vision on both Jax and Fizz in both lanes and sides there, seeing that they stopped their backs and both decided to push another wave as you're destroying their inner mid turret. So I feel like that was a bad macro call by the team to actually not back them just immediately. But yeah, you guys were able to just bite on that, which was awesome. How did your bot lane feel playing against Gold Salamanders bot lane? They have a really unique bot lane, like Vux and Hussey down there, just kind of playing double mages and things of that matter.
Yeah. Honestly, bot lane felt good game 1 and game 2. Things didn't quite work out game 1, but we had full confidence that in a straight 2v2, we could handle them. And maybe that confidence bit us in the butt a little bit in game 1, but game 2, I think that confidence really shows, because the bot lane difference in kills and assists like throughout the entire game was way in our favor.
Yeah, Dovranga just flexing the Veigar bot out of nowhere, saying, "Hey, guess what, Vux, I can play Mage's bot too." And dang diddy. It's just real. It was really cool to see.
my 80 carries yelling at me scored for being too humble about all this.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Well, any low points? I guess you already kind of went over that. There's a real sobering point in the first game. Was there any worrisome points in the second game? Where
I mean, a little bit. I mean, me and mid lane, it's hard to dodge all of the poke that Xerath has.
yeah, he was pretty accurate. I mentioned that. I was like, it looks like the FA champion is just kind of not missing, which is
Like if I dodge
horrible.
a Q, I'm probably gonna eat a W or something.
Right, and if
so,
you eat a W, you can't dodge a Q.
Yeah,
You're
so
slow, typically.
that was a little bit rough for me in mid lane, but I think I handled laning phase pretty well, all things considered. Because I think all my deaths were after laning phase was over.
Well,
but
you had a beautiful roam in the bot lane too at just a perfect time. You were able to pick up a kind of a failed gank attempt. Nautilus got caught under the turret there, and Scrambles fell to the turret shot and the Zyra all in, but they burnt everything on the disengage and trying to get on the turret, and you're able to come back down there and just pick up kills for your team and bring it back even. It was really back and forth gold wise and what was happening in the second game, but by 15-20 minutes it just all seemed to be falling into your favor. Fizz was just kind of popping off, charismatic.
yeah. I mean, our motto for game 2 is like, split them up, like do the split push if they want to do the split push, because we win the split push fight. And then on top of that, we had way more scaling and late game damage than they were going to have. I mean, a Jax, a Tristana, a Veigar going up against everything that they had, and Ari wasn't even building AP, so we're like, we don't have to worry about Ari's damage really. So yeah.
Stro, do you have any other questions?
No.
Yeah, I think other than that, you guys played really straightforward in the second game.
Yeah.
The first game was a little rough, and I actually said it on paper. I'm like, they have macro pressure of shields and heals from like anywhere on the map, so really they should be able to skirmish without two people necessarily there at certain times. But unfortunately, that did not work out. Maybe you guys can iron out that strategy and figure out maybe replacing Olaf with maybe something like that's what we were saying. It's like Olaf like goes in, and then that team comp they can just jump past him in a sense. Like you can't really peel for the counter engage. So if there's something like what is there like a Vi or something that can go in on them or turn in on and engage to possibly, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like the
spitballing there a
team.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the team comp looks like it should work, and I'm like, I want it to work, but I'm like, it looks like you might have to just shift some little few things around, make some adjustments. And I love to see that
Yeah, no,
played again.
this is the second time we've tried to make it work. First time was against the undefeated team in our division. So it clearly didn't work out against them. We wanted to try it again. So we'll keep revisiting it and going back to the drawing board until Soraka gets nerfed into the ground. But we'll keep looking at it. And I do want to say that uh good job to this other team though. Like really props to them taking a series 1-1. We haven't seen a lot of 1-1s. I mean, I think this is the only 1-1 in our entire division from this season. So like props to them for like giving us a really hard fight. Good job. 1-1s are always fun for people to watch. So like that was as intense as it was being in the game. It was really fun. Like I'm gonna have fun watching the stream back
Yeah,
after this is over.
stat wise on paper, you guys are not necessarily ahead or behind in any general areas. There's no huge differences. There are slight differences. You guys do have a slight edge. Vision wise, they have a slight edge, but CS wise and KDA wise and things like that, you guys have a slight edge. So
yeah, I mean, laning phase felt really even for me personally. I don't know, like, it felt like we were just going about equal in CS the whole time, and the only slight lead I might have had in lane phase that second game was the one assist I had. Like that's the only real edge I had. And
right.
I wanted to go in, I wanted to kill him, but every time I wanted to do it, Zach was always there, so I never got to do it.
Plus him having that barrier makes it all that more difficult to
but
finish him
really,
off.
really fun game though. Really super fun to play these guys. So they're in the playoffs too, just like we are. So good luck to the Gold Salamanders in the playoffs. Good luck to every single team in our division that's in the playoffs. Let's make it a good time. Let's get some exciting games going, guys.
Well, yeah, I was just about to ask if you had any shout outs or any call outs or anything you'd like to make. It sounds like you already have it covered there, Scattercat.
I personally, the thing I want the most is a rematch in the finals between us and the Dirty Cheese. I want to have that rematch for the finals, the number 1 and number 2 seed going at it. But
you can't be having Dirty Cheese living inside your head rent free.
So we'll see if we can make that happen. We're gonna try to make that happen. So.
And I wish the best of luck to you and everybody else in the Freljord division. Thank you again for the post-game interview, Scattercat.
Yeah, no problem.
All right,
thank
sweet.
you for doing the stream, by the way, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching it back, but I'll head out now. Later stream,
Alrighty.
later chat.
Adios.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Vux. How is it going? How are you doing? 1-1.
I know, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, beautiful play in the bot lane. But we like seeing some different things from the bot lane, and we know that the Gold Salamanders are known for crazy team comps and things like that. But you guys make it work. I mean, the Lux game 1. I mean, you're just hitting all of these just nasty Q. I mean, the Q is hitting them, and your ult's already going off. So just the actions per minute, obviously showing that you know the perfect cast timings on these Lux.
Yeah,
These Lux
well,
animations.
I have like 2 million mastery on her, so I've had a little practice.
And I would not doubt that from watching that first game. We were saying just like this Lux is just getting it, and like that's awesome to see. Your ward score is good, on point for most ADCs, just actually above. Your kill participation's massive. Your CS per minute's really good for playing mages in the bot lane. So it's like I can't really say any bad about you. It's just an unfortunate event in the second game having to play against the Vagar cage there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried about it, so I like panic chose a cleanse, which probably wasn't exactly the best idea. Didn't exactly serve me too well because I was still getting deleted.
Yeah,
Kinda,
just the CC chain that they can land, getting hit with one cleansing out. By the time that happens, yeah, there's just more CC coming.
yeah, it was just Vygar was too safe, so we couldn't really go in on him, and it was his constant like wall against us, kind of like Nautilus could go and roam, and we couldn't get onto the Vygar to just like shut him down and push that lane, which was unfortunate.
Yes, unfortunately, sometimes in matchups, it really does fall to the enemy player to really give you the play to make. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, Vagar is one of those champions that can just kind of sit back and queue farm. What were some big highlights from game one that you can remember?
Probably the Baron steal,
Yeah, that was
where
you did steal the Baron there. That's really clean. That ultimate coming through there.
I was
You did-
definitely panicking in those last few seconds when my jungler flashed in, but that was probably my fondest memory of that first game. Too bad I can't have Lux every game, but
Right.
Zyra's a good alternative.
Yeah, I definitely thought they're gonna ban Lux after the first game, and they did. So
Yeah, me and my friend Hussey, we usually go double mage bot and like go Janna Lux or something crazy.
Yeah, I see
Usually
she's
we
been.
kill them, but
Well, yeah, kill lanes will never be bad. Having double CC and just double burst like that, and also just like Zyra, Lux having good wave clear allows you to control the lane where you want it, freeze the lane where you want it, push when you need
yeah.
to. How about some low points? What were some like points where the team is feeling that rock bottom moment? Like in game two, every time you guys seem to find a way back into the game, shortly later just got pulled back away by the Sentinels.
I think um there were just certain champions, since we were all sort of AP based. Fizz kind of monopolized on the fact that we didn't really have anyone that could just like assassinate high priority. Since Ari was AD, she couldn't exactly do what a normal Ari would do, and
Right.
jump in and snipe someone to get out. So I think kind of went around just poor champion selection.
Yeah, plus Potato Fish getting that early gank onto um, Yisrael in the top lane, burning his flash early, and then allowing Fizz to be able to trickster on him, having the higher amount of
Yeah,
dashes and mobility pre six. And I know that ADR does take usually an item or two to actually come online for that
yeah.
charm to start putting that AD damage and bonus damage into perspective. But what do you think about your opponents? Were you guys concerned going in against the Sentinels? Were you expecting any?
I mean, I wasn't very intimidated by bot lane. I mean, despite the fact that later on in the game they started, actually accumulating kills, it didn't feel like it was. It felt like it was at the end of every fight, and we would kind of get collapsed on, and it was, and then we kind of get deleted. But in lane, it didn't feel like we were too threatened. Like I imagine it was we went against the same people from last game, right? Bot lane.
mhm,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's. I guess I didn't feel a too giant gap in our last time I played. It was against a platinum player, and I could really feel the pressure in the lane. I was like super behind in CS, getting you know out harassed. But this game, I felt like I could actually keep up with CS and keep my lane somewhat secure, especially with Zyra. She's at pretty good lane clear. But I feel like we were just getting bulldozed towards the end.
mhm.
it was an unfortunate snowball for the second game going for the Sentinels that allowed them to win through the Fizz there. Yeah, do
Yeah,
you have
that
any?
Fizz was horrifying. He would come out of nowhere, and before I knew it, I was dead.
Yeah, there was that one play where he came out of the tri bush and you were bot lane there alone, and he just hit you with like a full he like threw the full ult and just yeah, it was like
Yeah, he did
execute
that a couple
proc that.
times, and I think we needed something like that on our side, something that could sort of go in and find a high priority target and quickly snipe it out.
Right, just bop him.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because if Ari went AP, then we're all AP, and they could just stack MR and eventually win late game anyways.
Mhm.
But it was a risk, and it didn't pay off. But it doesn't always pay off.
True.
It's not always about winning and losing. You're a winner if you had fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm like dogging on anyone because again, the game was amazing, and it didn't. I'm just saying, like, it felt like it was a really challenging lane where I didn't feel like I was being completely stomped,
Mhm.
but it was enough where I kind of like could feel like I would, could make my own difference in the game.
Yeah, definitely. You had probably the greatest impact in game one. The entire team. It was really between you and the jungle.
Yeah, that first game, I have to probably go back and look at what I was doing.
You were doing stuff. You were doing lots of damage and
Yeah, you're
really
one-shotting people all the
hitting
time after
hitting
like
really important
20
snares.
minutes.
You were landing snares more than you were missing. So like there was not a lot of Lux Qs I seen like on the dynamic camera that like you were missing. You're just like hitting them like crazy. They're like sidestepping into your Qs that you would have missed. It was a perfect like setup.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Again, unfortunately, I can't get her every game.
right. Well, that's why it's always good to have like you. I know that you play a lot of Kale. I know that like you're able to just pull out other mages. Obviously, you can just swap to like Morgana and
Yeah, we
do a similar
honestly,
setup.
that kill thing was something that it works, but then it doesn't work. Like I know a lot of people thought we were trolling when I took Kale bot. It was unfortunate because those first 2 weeks Lux was banned, like
Oh
completely.
yeah, I
Even
remember that.
and our kind of strat was okay. They're gonna try to ban Lux, and they're probably gonna if they devote everything to bot lane, then our other lanes gonna kind of have freedom to choose their mains and pick their strong suits. Unfortunately, those first 2 weeks, Lux was just a free ban for anyone we went against. So that whole strategy just went out the window, and I was
I
like,
think
okay,
Syndra
well,
was banned too. Yeah, they didn't have to deal with a lot of Syndra players either.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but we usually do that. We take some strange bot. The idea was we were actually taking double support item in bot lane that time with Kale and I think we had Morgana, and the idea was Morgana farms because Kale's super vulnerable early, and then she comes back and
Right,
I could
starts
just free
farming
farm.
after 6. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it works, but I think the teams we're going against kind of punished it.
Hmm.
Definitely. Well, you guys are in not a horrible spot, not an optimal spot, but still in it nonetheless. Stro, do you have any questions? Any
No.
questions you'd like to ask? Or I think we've gone through the list really. Now this leaves you, Flex, with kind of the. We're gonna give you the hot seat and the mic here, and you have the attention of this platform. Is there any shout outs, call outs, or anything you'd like to say to future opponents or any teammates or anybody that
Um,
might be watching?
Probably Sentinels. Just that it was an awesome game and it was really fun to play against them.
Well,
All
that's
right.
very sportsmanlike of you. And yeah, other than that, that kind of wraps up the post game interview. Congratulations on your win, and it's unfortunately a loss. And wish you the best of luck here in the finale. Maybe you guys climb your way to victory.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, Stro.
Those are definitely some
uh,
very nice games. Very interesting. We saw.
yeah, really cool players coming in for some post game interviews.
Indeed.
Um, yeah, there's a next time we have a game is
Tomorrow.
when was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
tomorrow at
tomorrow 5 p.m.
yeah,
Eastern
tomorrow at
time.
5. Yeah, then
And
Monday
then
at
and then also tomorrow at 10.
oh yeah,
Eastern.
tomorrow at 10 Eastern. Yeah, there you go. So the next two matches.
Oh, Monday at 10
Yeah, that's what I
Eastern.
thought you said. I was,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was Monday, 10 Eastern for that next game.
I just heard
So,
tomorrow.
so Sunday and Monday, there's more casual esports amateur league games to catch here on Twitch.
Sunday fun day.
I think this is a good spot to call it a night for now. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I'm Death Adder, and with me as always, good old I am Stro there. There he is, the little Strudley.
All right.
Well,
Good
you
night.
guys have a good night. Yeah. Go Team Billy.
Go team.